Alright, before anything, let me show you what is going to happen in this video. So we have this EXE file, and when we double click it, it's going to open a Django project. So this is the most traditional Django project that you can think of, and we will be looking how to create this EXE file. Alright, let's go.
Django, Python, JavaScript, tutorials for Jamie, this is Silva.
What the fuck, HTML?
There's only C.
Before we continue, let me tell you, if you want to follow this post, you can go to this blog, my blog, and in Hello World, open a Django project through a EXE file. And I'm gonna start by here exactly. I'm gonna put this link in the description, so if you want to open, you can open through the description. So we first need these three modules to run the Python script to create the EXE file. So make sure you have installed all of them. We will need all, and preferably install these versions so you are sure that it's compatible. Alright, gonna move this to my other screen, and let's start by creating a Python file, a Python script. So could be named anything, but imagine create creator, whatever, creator.py. I was thinking like a little bit about that because this is going to be the name of the EXE file. So it's going to be creator, but it's not so important. I'm gonna open this with VS Code, and from there we will start by, let's import subprocess. This is a native module from Python, and we will use it to create a subprocess to run Django, to activate the virtual environment and then to run Django, like so. Process is equal to subprocess. Let's open the process with p open, and yeah, we will have to pass in some parameters. So one of them is going to be the current working directory. So let's name it cwd, and with the string you're gonna have to look for the directory of your Django project. So I know that my directory is c/users Jamie desktop web, and this is my project, Jamie DC Silva. So it's a regular Django project, traditional settings.py, and this name, it's the name of your outer project folder. We can call it like that. So yeah, you'll need that directory, and we will then pass it in popen, but also we will need to use the Django commands. And for this, we will need the directory, or not really. We can simply activate the venv, or the virtual environment. So for my case, I'm going to activate Jamie DC Silva, and then, so double ampersand, I'm gonna run python manage.py, run server. So the traditional way to run a Django project. Now, yeah, we should pass in both of these strings. First, simply pass Django command like so, and then there's cwd equals cwd, so the current working directory. And we also need to say that we will run this in the shell. There's other alternatives. Subprocess as this attribute that allows you to run all of it without a console, but I think it only works for Windows. I'm not sure if shell will work for like Linux and Mac. I've tried that command. I don't remember the name right now, but you could find on the internet. If you are using Windows, you won't need to run it with shell. But yes, this is not too bad, I guess. All right, that's the sub process part. Now it's a matter of creating or opening a browser window, and for that we will use Selenium. Let me import from Selenium, import WebDriver, like that. And with that, we create a driver. Driver is equal to WebDriver, and I'm gonna use Chrome. There's alternatives, and yeah, for now I'm gonna leave it like that. And the point or the goal is to open localhost. So we're gonna run, let me use HTTP. So we are running a local Django project. I'm gonna choose the port. Yeah, that's correct, I think. Yeah, this will basically open the local host as if you were opening it in the browser. Okay, now we have opened localhost, but we need to continue running this script. So for that, we will put it in a while loop. So while it's true, and let me import time, because we are going to put a delay inside here. So delay, or not delay, it's time dot slip, and for 2 seconds. And then we're gonna call this driver title. And let me explain you why am I doing this. The point is to understand if the driver is still open. And this is why I'm calling driver title. Because if the driver closes, this will trigger an exception. And for that reason, we will put this inside the try. Let's create the exception. We don't even need that part, I guess. And I'm gonna say driver quit. So what's happening here again is if it for some reason it fails to get the title, it will generate the exception, and in the exception it will quit the driver. So this is a way to make sure we can end this script when the user closes the browser opened with the driver. All right, that's part of it, and we could already transform this into an EXE file. And let's do that actually. So creator, Now let me open command line. I'm gonna have to activate my virtual environment, which is actually the same as I will activate with the script. But again, for this part, I'm only activating because I need these three modules. Alright, now the command to create the EXE file goes like py installer -- one file, so we create only one file for the EXE file. I'm gonna select no console, and this is so when we click the EXE file, it won't open something like this. It won't open the command prompt. It will just open the window for the browser. So that's optional. If you want the command line, you could remove that. But I think for now, and for this example, I will simply go without the console. Now there's also one other option here. You can select an icon for the EXE file. So I have one laying around. Let me see. Yeah, I have this one. So logo.ico. And finally, you simply use the name of the script. So creator. And that's it. That should work. Let's see. Let me run that. We'll create two folders and this spike file. The EXE file will be inside here in the dist folder. It takes some seconds. Logo, ICO, not found. Okay, that's weird. Logo.ico. Yeah, I understand now. It's not double equal. So that was my bad. I'm gonna run it again. And it's alright, we can leave this in here. It will simply override it. So yeah, enter. And there you go. Here's the EXE file. I'm gonna move it to the desktop. And essentially you could delete all of that and it would work already. Let's open. Took some seconds, but there you go. Now, there's something important still that we need to do. And let me open Task Manager. Let me go to Python. You see, this has created two Python processes. And I'm gonna close the window. And you're gonna see that the processes remain in here, which is not what we want. It's using 110 megabytes of memory. It's not too bad, but if you open it again, it's going to create yet another process with another 100 megabytes of memory. If you close it again, it won't live. So right now we can delete this. Simply hit delete, delete, and it will go away. Now what we want to do is to end these processes when the user ends using the browser. Let's say when the user closes the browser. And let me go back to Visual Studio. For that, we can use this Python module or library called import. Well, not import, called psutil. So this will allow us to terminate the process when the user quits the driver. And it's kind of simple. So we're gonna run a for loop like so, child in EXecutable, and in process we're gonna get the process ID, or excuse me, PID, so process ID. So this process is this process, which is the sub process. We could have named that sub process, but anyway, we're gonna get all its children and pass in a recursive as true. Right? And simply say child terminate parenthesis. So this will terminate all the child processes related to this script. We could test that already again. Let me see. Yeah, why not? Gonna run that command again. It's going to create the same folders and file. Gonna draw this one to the recycle. Yeah, let's test what will happen to the process. Okay, I'm gonna run it from here. Will work anyway. Okay, there they are. Oh, there it is. And let's close. And perfect. Now you know it's working like we want. Alright, that's about it. I'm still going to show you some browser options. So if you want to use this more like a graphic user interface and not so much as a browser, we can import again from Selenium. Wait, Selenium. This time that WebDriver dot Chrome dot options. We're going to import options like so, and we can create this variable Chrome options, and we are going to say that it is equal to options. Now we can define some attributes, let's say attributes to these Chrome options. Something like, imagine, let me open again. We see, what is it? For instance, if you want to remove this Chrome is being controlled by automated test software, we can remove that by defining some options. Something like Chrome options, add experimental option, and pass in the string use automation extension, and then say false. Okay, but also let me copy paste that line again. We also will need exclude switches. There are multiple options, like I think hundreds of options that you can use. I only know some. I found that these ones would be interesting. So yeah, automation. Yeah, I think that's correct. You also need to pass in the options to the driver, like so. Options equals to Chrome options. Now it will open the browser window without that information bar. Let me close it, and yeah, we will need to run the Pi installer again. Yeah. And by the way, imagine if I wanted to change the logo again, it wouldn't change. For some reason, I think Windows cache the logo, and only if I change the creator.py file name, it would change the logo. Anyway, let's open it again. Should be a Y, that information bar. No, unrecognized Chrome option. Yeah, that's in here. It's not user, it's use automated automation extension. Anyway, we'll run that command again. Let's see. Should be working now. And double click it. And yeah, perfect. It's gone. Yeah. But also, yeah, let me open it again. We can, for instance, remove this navigation bar optionally. And let me show you how can you do that. It's another Chrome options attribute. So let me actually copy paste that. This time actually it's add arguments. So add argument, and we pass in this option -- app, and then instead of using this driver get, we will pass the URL in there like that. One other option is to define the Windows size. Let me show you that already, so we are not running Pi installer every time. There's one other option for Windows, which is Windows size for window. And let me put it like something. Yeah. You can choose whatever you want. And yeah, that's pretty much how to create an EXE file to run a Django app. So yeah, I thought it could be useful. I hope it's useful. Let me know if you need something else. I might find out. And let's see how it went. Yeah, might have to refresh this to get the logo back. Gonna move that to the desktop. We could close this already. You don't need this anymore. You don't need anything else actually. You can delete all of that. And yeah, let's see. There you go. Django, not looking like Django. Bye.